I just want to share my thoughts. I'm a single woman, and I feel so tired of men who play video games all day. Every time I meet someone, it's the same story. They say they like me, but then they spend hours and hours gaming. They ignore messages, cancel plans, and even forget to eat because of their games. I don't understand. Is a game more important than a real person? I want someone who talks to me, who spends time with me, who cares about building a future. But instead, I find men who act like boys, glued to their screens, shouting at their teammates online. I work hard, I take care of myself, and I'm ready for a real relationship. But how can I trust a man who chooses pixels over people? Maybe one day I'll meet someone who values real life more than a virtual world.
She has a point, but it's not that simple. Men play games to relax, escape stress, or just have fun. After a long day of work or pressure, gaming feels like a small break from reality. But it's somewhat understandable because some guys take it too far, ignoring real-life responsibilities and relationships. Although, it's not fair to say all gamers are immature.
I once had a boyfriend who loved video games too much. Every day, he would go to the gaming booth and play for hours. He forgot about me. He forgot about life. He only cared about his games. I warned him, this is not how a real man behaves. A real man should have ambition, discipline, and focus. But he did not listen. Then, one day, his body gave up. Too much gaming, too little sleep. He got very sick and was sent to the hospital. Even then, he asked for his phone to keep playing. I was shocked. How could a man be so weak? I deserve someone strong, someone who values health and success, not pixels on a screen. I left him. A high-value woman like me cannot waste time with a low-value man. I need a partner who matches my standards, someone who exercises, reads books, and builds a future. Not someone who destroys himself in a gaming booth.
She sounds exhausting. Her standards aren't just high, they're delusional. Sure, her ex had a problem, but instead of showing concern or trying to help, she treated him like a failed product she could just return. People make mistakes. Real love means standing by someone, not bailing the second they don't meet your perfect man checklist. A truly high-value person has empathy, not a spreadsheet of demands. Life isn't about finding someone who ticks every box. It's about growing together.
I am a successful, beautiful, and educated Chinese woman. I have a good job, my own apartment, and I take care of myself. But Chinese men don't approach me. Why? Because they are not good enough. I see men every day, on the subway, in cafes, at work. But none of them try to talk to me. Maybe they are intimidated. Maybe they know they can't meet my standards. A real man should be tall, at least 185 centimeters. He should earn more than me, own a nice car, and have a house in a good area. He should also be handsome, with clear skin, good style, and a confident attitude. But where are these men? Chinese men are either too short, too poor, or too shy. Some of them stare at me but never speak. Others are boring, with no hobbies except playing video games. I deserve a man who is brave enough to approach me, who can match my intelligence and ambition. I don't understand. I am a high-quality woman. Why don't high-quality men chase me?
She complains about men not approaching her, yet her standards sound more like a shopping list for a luxury car than a real human connection. If she wants a perfect 185 centimeters CEO with a six-pack and a mansion, maybe she should check if she's actually offering the same in return. Love isn't a transaction, it's about compatibility, respect, and effort. If she's waiting for Prince Charming to magically appear while dismissing every man as not good enough, she might be waiting forever. I want to share why many men like me spend so much time playing video games and avoid dating. Life in China is hard. Work pressure is high, and expectations are even higher. Many women want a man with a good job, a house, a car, and lots of money. But for ordinary men like me, these things are not easy to get. Even if I work hard, I might never reach those standards. It feels hopeless. Video games are different. In games, I can be strong, successful, and respected. I can escape real life and forget about stress. Games give me goals I can actually achieve. They don't judge me for not having enough money or status. Dating is too stressful. Many women expect too much, and I don't want to compete just to be accepted.
Chinese men are not good enough for me. They don't meet my standards. I am beautiful, successful, and elegant. I deserve the best. But in China, men are lazy. They don't make enough money. They are not tall enough. They are not romantic. They don't know how to treat a woman like me. I want a man who is 6 feet tall, makes at least $500,000 a year, has a perfect face, and treats me like a queen. Chinese men cannot do this. They are weak. They have no ambition. They only want simple girls who cook and clean for them. I am not a simple girl. I am a goddess. So I am going to America. American men are better. They are strong, rich, and know how to respect a woman. They will worship me. They will give me the life I deserve. Maybe I will marry a Hollywood star or a billionaire. That is my level. Chinese men, if you read this, improve yourselves. Until then, I will find my perfect man in the USA.
She thinks American men will worship her just because she's Chinese? Good luck with that. The delusion is strong. Maybe she'll realize that high-value men anywhere in the world aren't lining up for entitled princesses who bring nothing but demands. If she wants a billionaire, she'd better be more than just beautiful and elegant.
I am what they call a leftover woman. 35 years old, unmarried, no children. Society looks at me with pity, as if my life is some tragic story. But let me tell you the truth, I am not leftover because no one wants me. I am leftover because men are too cowardly to handle a woman like me. I have a good job. I own my apartment. I travel where I want, buy what I like, answer to no one. Men say they want strong, independent women, but when they meet one, they panic. They want a woman who needs them, who leans on them, who makes them feel big and important. But I don't need a man to survive. I choose a man, if he is worth choosing. And most of them are not. They say I'm too much. Too opinionated. Too successful. Too confident. They want a woman who dims her light so theirs can shine brighter. But why should I? Why should any woman? I worked hard for my life. I earned my freedom. And yet, men call me intimidating as if my strength is a crime. The truth is, men are afraid. Afraid of a woman who knows her worth. Afraid of a woman who won't beg for attention. Afraid of a woman who can walk away and be just fine. They want control, but I refuse to give it to them. So they call me names, picky, cold, too independent. But I know the real reason, they are scared. I see married friends with husbands who do nothing, who expect their wives to work, cook, clean, raise children, and still smile like it's an honor. These men are weak. They want servants, not partners. And when they meet a woman who demands respect, they run. So yes, I am single. But I am not sad. I am not broken. I am free. And if that scares men, then let them be scared. Let them hide behind their fragile egos. I will not shrink myself to fit into their small world. The real problem is not that women like me are leftover. The real problem is that so many men are too weak to deserve us.
Her anger is understandable. Maybe some men do fear strong, independent partners. But painting all men with the same brush reveals more about her own walls than about men as a whole. True confidence doesn't need to dismiss others entirely. She claims freedom, but freedom built on resentment is still a cage. Real strength isn't about refusing to need anyone. It's about choosing who deserves to be needed.
Life here is not easy for women like me in China. When I was young, I studied hard and worked hard, just like everyone else. I thought if I did my best, I would be happy. But as I got older, people started looking at me differently. They stopped seeing me as a person and only saw my age, my unmarried status. In China, a woman is supposed to marry young. If you don't, people think something is wrong with you. Family gatherings become painful. Relatives ask, "Why are you still single?" As if being alone is a crime. My parents worry, not because they want me to be happy, but because they are ashamed. They fear what others will say. At work, it's no better. Men get promoted faster. If a woman is unmarried, they say she's too focused on her career. If she's married, they say she'll get pregnant and leave. There's no winning. I've seen talented women pushed aside while less capable men rise. The pressure to marry is everywhere. The government even calls us leftover women like we are expired food. They say we are too picky, too ambitious. But why shouldn't we want love, respect, and a good life? Why must we settle for any man just to please society? I know women who married just to escape the shame. Now they are trapped in bad marriages, with husbands who don't respect them. Some have children and stay only for them. Others divorce and face even more judgment. China is not a good country for women. The laws say we are equal, but society treats us differently. Men can be old and single, and no one cares. For women, it's a failure. We are told to be quiet, to obey, to sacrifice. If we speak up, we are called difficult or selfish. I wish things were different. I wish women here could be free to choose love, free to stay single, free to live without shame. But for now, I am just a leftover woman, trying to survive in a country that doesn't truly value me.
The problem isn't China, it's the unrealistic expectations of Chinese women. Many refuse to marry unless they find a man with a high salary, a house, and a car. They chase perfection but forget no one is flawless. Men struggle too, working hard just to meet these impossible demands. Society pressures women to marry young, but some wait too long, rejecting good men for small flaws. Then they complain about being leftover. If they lowered their standards, they wouldn't be alone. Marriage requires compromise, not fantasy.
I am so tired of this society that looks down on women like me. I am 35 years old, unmarried, and everyone acts like I've committed some terrible crime. My parents nag me every day, my relatives whisper behind my back, and even strangers feel entitled to ask why I'm still single. As if my worth as a human being depends on whether or not I've found a man to marry. I didn't choose to be alone. I worked hard, built a career, and tried to live my life with dignity. But in this society, a woman's value is measured by her marital status. If you're not married by 30, people treat you like a failure, like something is wrong with you. Men my age only want younger women, as if we expire like rotten fruit. And if I dare to say I have standards, people laugh and tell me I'm too picky. The worst part is the loneliness. Not because I can't find a man, but because society makes me feel like an outcast. Friends drift away once they marry and have kids. Family gatherings turn into interrogations. Even coworkers pity me, as if my life is some tragic story. I'm not a leftover woman, I'm a person with dreams, feelings, and the right to live without being judged. But no one cares. Society only values women as wives and mothers. If you don't fit into that box, you're invisible. No one asks if I'm happy, if I've achieved anything, if I have passions. They just see an unmarried woman and assume I'm miserable. Well, I'm not miserable because I'm single. I'm miserable because this world refuses to let me exist without shame. I'm angry because I've done nothing wrong, yet I'm treated like a problem to be fixed. Maybe the real problem isn't me, it's a society that can't accept that a woman's life has value beyond marriage.
She blames everyone else for her loneliness. But has she ever looked at herself? She says society judge her. Yet she judges others just as harshly. Men who want younger women, friends who move on, family who cares. She demands acceptance but offer none in return. She claims she has standards, but maybe her standards are just excuses. She wants a perfect man but refuses to admit her own flaws. She calls herself independent, yet she craves validation from the very people she criticizes.